So next, we will hear from the CEO of Rescale, Joris Poort. Rescale is the #1 AI company in the United States in a new category called Physics AI. He's also a very good friend of mine and a renowned entrepreneur. So, Joris, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share some of my thoughts, and really appreciate the conference theme and the organizers to sort of extend maybe the previous presentation and some of the theme of the conference. For continued peace, security, and shared prosperity, I believe we should continue to invest aggressively in new capabilities around AI that can help us accelerate the progress of innovation. Primarily, I believe this because our future shared prosperity as a society, most major challenges that we have the potential to be solved through advances by engineering, science, and the acceleration of the work that we do in all these different fields. AI has quite tremendous potential, which has already been proven through things like personalized medicines that allow us to live healthier and longer lives, empowering our most productive talent. So as was shared in the last presentation, AI is really a tool for amplification of our best talent in the world. And we should not take it lightly that if we can make our best talent a lot more productive, what the potential that has for us. Imagine if you had somebody like Isaac Newton, who would live twice as long and be 10 times more productive. You would produce many, many more new innovations. We also have the potential, which has already been shown, to discover new energy sources, more sustainable energy sources. And in the fields that our customers work in manufacturing, from aerospace to automotive and semiconductor chip design, we've seen tremendous advances in how engineering can accelerate product development in each of these fields to help us build more reliable forms of transportation, to build better computer chips, and ultimately build solutions that help us explore space and even new planets. In order to support science and engineering from a governmental perspective, AI really comes down to three sort of key capabilities. #1 is computing capabilities. Computing has already been something that, of course, there are many supercomputing centers and universities that have access to these resources, but there needs to be continued investment in new chip designs, new data centers, more energy efficient data centers, more new energy sources to power those data centers, to be able to bring these new computing capabilities to make AI available and more accessible to our engineers and scientists. The second is data, and data already exists everywhere, but it's important we capture that, we securely manage this data, that we continue to invest in the universities, the research and development, and the different institutions that produce new ideas that our engineers and scientists work at, whether commercial or from the public sector. And last but not least, with computing and data, ultimately you can start building these AI solutions. I thought I would share maybe a few examples of what's possible in the field of AI physics, where engineers and scientists are dramatically changing how they can discover new capabilities. You may have heard of AlphaFold, which is an example of protein folding and protein structures discovery, where the activities that would typically have taken about 10 years of lab research are able to be solved in less than 24 hours on a small cluster of computers. This technology was developed several years ago, and today over 2 million scientists use this technology globally to advance drug discovery and life sciences research. So this is a relatively mature example where this technology is already impacting our lives. A few other examples in different fields. AI physics, as used in engineering, is helping design the next generation of airplanes, rockets, cars, semiconductor chips. And in many of these cases, engineers are able to do physics simulations, which can take many days or weeks on supercomputers. Now they're able to do this in a matter of seconds and minutes. So over 1,000 times faster with very high levels of accuracy. And so this technology really transforms how our best companies and our researchers and engineers are able to develop new solutions faster. The potential of AI physics is tremendous. So today we use this as a tool to augment our best engineers and scientists to discover new capabilities faster. But AI models, like foundational physics models, actually have the potential to discover new things by themselves. In the case of inorganic materials and material science, we have historically, from just a few years ago, we only knew of about 50,000 inorganic materials that existed. These are all the inorganic materials in the world that we know. But with AI, we've now discovered over 2.2 million new inorganic materials that are stable. We don't yet know how to develop and sort of fabricate all of these. We still need to figure that out. But 2.2 million materials to choose from versus 50,000 if you're designing energy storage devices, so batteries, that has the potential to dramatically change how we can store energy and how we can develop new solutions with these materials. These materials will change our lives. So these technologies together truly have the ability to solve the world's most largest structural challenges, whether it's in material science, whether it's developing sustainable energy, whether it's living longer and healthier lives in healthcare. And it's critical that we provide these tools to our engineers and scientists in both the public sector and the commercial sector to help bring this value to society and be able to use this to build a better future together. Of course, AI is growing at an exponential rate and it's accelerating. So it's of course important to have the safeguards, to have responsible and ethical development of AI. But we have to remember that it's also critical that we don't slow down the technological progress and the potential that this technology has to make society globally a very prosperous place where everybody is living in a better future. By providing these abundant capabilities and value, we can deliver much more upward mobility in society, I think, across the world through leveraging engineering and science. And together, this will help us build a better future full of peace, security, and shared prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joris.